Okay. So till now what we have done, we have just created a user and we have grant DBA to the user. We have also covered this previously. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use the user which I have created for now, info repo, and the password which I want. See, I'm using the same password for Informatica also. See, I have used 411 as my password, so I'm using the same password for Informatica. Now it's asking for the connection string. That means if you are using an express addition, so that may contain the connection string as XE, and if you are not sure that what is your connection string, then you can check for that by going to the command prompt. Sorry, yeah, you will go for LSNRCTL services and see, here I'm getting all the services that are running for Oracle. So if you check this, if you notice this, it is saying that the service name is this, it has one instance, but the status is unknown. That means we can't use this service name. And if I go to the next one, yeah, this one, the service Oracle domain is also having one instance, but yeah, so here the instance status is ready. That means we can use this instance name. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and if you check this Oracle instance is having so many things. The process ID as 3800, and the host on which it is running is this. So this is the host, right? This is my desktop name. And if it is, it will ask for the port number further, then we will be using this port number. Fine. I'll show you each and everything. So here what we have to go with, we have to go with Oracle, which I got from here. The service name. The instance name is also called as service name. Fine. So now what I'll say that the repository service which I want to create, it is not having any content. So I want to create a global repository and enable all the controls. Fine. And go with finish. It will take a little bit time to enable all the services and to create the service. As you can see, the repository service is available. So this way we can create the repositories service whenever we want them. Now comes the integration service. So fine, you have, for creating the integration service, you also have to go to the domain level every time. Because see, if I remain on repository service and if I go to actions, here the new button is disabled. That means on this level we can't use the new we can say this portion, right? So what I'll say, I'll go to the domain level, and if I try to go with this time I'm getting this. Fine. So let's go with integration service this time. So basically integration service is the component of the database. It will act as the component of the database that can be used to perform a broad range of data migration tasks. Fine. And now also it is used, it is asking for the name. So as I have used repository wisdom, so I'll use integration wisdom. You can use any other name. Okay. And location is already selected, and we have to use the same license key and the node, and go to next. And now this time it is asking that on the basis of which repository. That means whenever you're creating an integration service, you have to uh, you must have a repository service before creating it. Okay, on the basis of which you are going to create your integration service. Like I want to create this on the basis of this repository which we have created for now. Now it's asking for username and password. This time I will go with administrator as the username and the password, this one. See, for integration service, you don't need to create a user in Oracle database. Fine. You have to go with the administrator and the password which you have used while installing Informatica. Okay. So I will go with this, and that data movement mode is ASCII and finish. It's saying that do you want to work with the primary node? Obviously, I don't have multiple nodes, so I will go with the primary node only. See, the repository, the integration service is created, but it is disabled, right? So what you have to do, you have to enable this integration service, and from where you have to do this? From here, from this icon. See, when I hover my mouse on it, it's showing me the option to enable the service. But before enabling the service, you have to do one more important thing, that is go to repository service, go to repository properties, and click on this, and see the operating mode is exclusive. We have to change it to normal, and then okay. And if you, whenever you make some changes in the repository service, it will every time restart the repository service to make the changes. Fine. So as you can see, it is first doing the disable part, and then it will make changes, and then it will enable it. And then we will be able to enable the integration service. So you have to keep all these things in mind. If you make a little bit mistake, like let us assume that you have not changed the operating mode for repository service and you start enabling the integration service. So this way, what will happen? The integration wisdom will start failing. It will not enable, and it will say that it is unavailable. Okay, so as you can see now, integration service is also created, a repository service is also created, and both of them are available. So the configuration part is done. Sorry, the creation part is done, through which we can get connect into repository clients, or we can say Power Center clients. So now I will connect with the first repository client, that is Power Center Repository Manager. Okay, and if I expand this and see, now I am not able to go into any other part without configuring my domain. That means whatever we have created here, we have to configure with the client tool. This is the server part. Informatica has two parts. One is the server part and other one is the client tool. There are 4 client tools, and you have to get connected with this repository and integration in all the 4 tools which we are going to use further. Fine. So to connect with it, what you need to do, just go to repository, go to configure domains, and here I'm getting this to add a new domain. So this time it is asking me for the domain name. So what I'll do, I'll go with domain. And now we have to go with the properties of our desktop. So what I'll do, I'll go with properties. Yeah, I have to use this name, desktop 2PRFT1F. First of all, we have to go with this desktop. I'll go with 2PRFT1F. And the gateway host will always be the local host. Fine. And now it's asking for the gateway port. So from where it will come? First of all, what you have to do with, you have to go with the task manager and check what all services are running for Informatica. Go to more details from here. See, let me show you that. After moving to task manager, you have to go to more details from here. Fine. And now if I check over here for the services, let's go with the details. Yeah, so here we have to check for the services which are running for Informatica. So see, this is the service name which is running for Informatica, As you can see, you have to check in your PC by this name only, by this service name .exe file. Fine. So there are two services which are running for Informatica. One is coming with the port process ID. See, PID means process ID as 5804, and other one is coming with 1592. Now what you have to do, go to command prompt and go with netstat ANO, and see there are so many ports running for different applications. So what I'll do, I'll scroll a bit up and now I will search for the process ID which I have seen in the task manager. So I'll go for 5804 first. 5804, am I getting that? Okay, let's go with the next one. 1592, that that is available already. Yeah. So see, 1592 is repeating so many times as you can see. So what I'll do, I will go with first come first serve. So this is the port which I want to use. This is the local address 6005. So what I am going to do, I'm going to move to my repository manager. Sorry, I have opened two windows. Okay, so I am going to use 6005 as my port number. Fine, and okay, and see, this time I am getting the repository service that is to be selected in the client tool. So what I'll do, I'll select this checkbox and I'll go with OK. This time I'm getting the repository service. Fine. So now with the help of this, you can create folders. But before that, as you can see, when I double clicked on it, it's asking me for the username and the password. So every time when you will get connect with the client tool, it will ask for these all properties, administrator and the password. Fine. So now I am able to connect with the client tool and I can create folders over here. Now the folder option is also enabled. Previously it was disabled. So I will go to create and see, it's asking me for the folder name. Let me go with the default name and OK. So as you can see, the folder is created successfully. Now if I click on this folder, now I can move to the other tools, that is the designer. See, this is the designer tool where we are going to use the source analyzer for extracting data from the source, creating the target designer, creating targets in the target designer, and here are the transformation logics will be applied, and here is the mapping designer where all the maps will be created. And after this is done, we will move to the workflow manager. So here we will be creating the session task and the workflows so that the data can be flow in the form of the mapping. And after this is done, we will move to the monitor where we will see the timing of the execution, how much time it is taking, and how it is successfully extracted and how it is done, like all the things. We will cover all of these things one by one in my coming sessions. So this is what we were about to learn today, like how we can create repository, how we can go with integration services, and how we can configure the domain in the level of client tool. And then after that we will be enabled to this. See, after creating 2-3 transformations and after showing you the testing part, like how you will test after creating the transformations, I will also make you understand how we can create the copy of any repository. Like let us assume that I have created some project over here and I want to share that project with you. So can I do that? Yes, we can do that from here. So what I need to do, I just, like let us assume that my project is existing in this repository service, right? So what I'll do, I'll create a backup of this repository and then I'll share it with you. And I'll also show you that how you can restore that in your computer. So we will be coming with these things also. I will first go with some of the transformations and I will teach you how to test those things. And okay, fine. Like I will also come up with some of the test cases, like how we are going to use them. So that's all for today, and y- you have to do a lot more for tomorrow because we you have to install first the Informatica, and it takes a lot of time to get installed, and then you have to go with all of these things. So fine. And have you completed the assignment which I have told both of you? Okay, okay. Okay. See, without practicing, you may not be able to understand the things properly because you have to go through the questions. See, I thought I was thinking of coming with some advanced questions, and yeah, yesterday Mukesh was asking for materialized views. So we have already covered in the last session, right? We have already covered that how we can use a view. Basically, as I told you previously also, that view is not a physical object, it is just a virtual object which depends on the base table. So basically, whenever we are using two tables for creating a view, or if we are importing data from any other, we can say any other we can say any other cloud database or something, like we are we are going with multiple tables, then that comes with within materialized views. Basically, in a layman term, what we can say is uh, the views which are created of two tables with the help of joins, we can say, or we can say that the local copy, it may contain the local copy of a data located remotely. So basically, whenever we are creating a view that is containing multiple tables, and we are taking the help of joins to create that very view, that is known as materialized view. Is there anything else that you want to know? Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think tomorrow also we will be taking this meeting or class in the Teams, because the server of WebEx is not available. Like I think it's down or something. So, oh, oh, okay. Yeah, the same thing happened with me. Seriously, Cam, what happened yesterday was that there is no space in my PC. I have installed Panto, I have installed Informatica, and there are so lot of stuff. So what I did, I created a virtual machine, and then I'm working in Informatica there because there's a lot of things in my PC and there's no space at all. But for creating a virtual machine also, yeah, for creating a virtual machine also you have to have the setup, and like we have bought this, right? We have bought the license key of this VMware. That's why I'm able to create it. Yeah, that's what I want to say. See, listen. Yeah, I have to tell something important to both of you. Like, whenever you're working with Informatica, because Informatica comes with 12 days of trial version, okay? And after 12 days, it starts troubling you. Like, it will sometimes what happens, like, see, if I open my virtual machine, now I am connected with this. Right, I'm connected with the repository service and all. Sometimes what happens, we may not be able to connect into this. Like we see that the internet is going in a flow, like its speed is good. Still, sometimes what happens, it starts troubling us, it does not get opened. So I will recommend both of you to work in a virtual machine where you can just work with Oracle and Informatica. That's all. You just need to install these two things there. L- yeah, yeah. See, whenever you want to create a virtual machine, first of all, you have to have the setup of VMware. So, this is the inbuilt setup which we get in our PCs because we have bought that. So, each and every PC of our office have this. So, I think you need to, yeah, obviously we need to buy VMware, then only we will be able to work with the virtual machine. No, that will not be in the cloud. Like if you want to work with cloud, then it will not consume any space. But many a times, what happens is that just freezes and shows you some problems. So I think it will be better if you use that for your machine only. Like it will consume memory from your PC, but it will get aside. Like whenever, see, let me show you, like let us assume that this is my virtual machine, and here I have so many settings for this. Like whenever my Informatica shows some error and it is not getting opened, what I do usually, I create some snapshots. As you can see, I have created two snapshots. One is for snapshot one and client tool. So what, yeah, yeah, so you can create snapshots and you can restore or traverse back to the snapshot, so that to traverse back to that very point when your Informatica was working good. So that's the advantage of using a virtual machine. Like you don't need to install it again and again, because see, Informatica works on a single port, and when you are installing twice on that very port, it will also trouble you. Like let us assume that you are thinking that let us not work with virtual machine, and let's go with on my host machine. And what will happen after 12 days of trial session, it will get over and it will start troubling you. So you need to uninstall it, and when you uninstall and install it again, it will it some of the dependent files may be troubling the new files which you have installed again. Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, you have to buy the license. No issues. See, if you want to work with the host machine, because sometimes what happens, we mostly cover all the things within 12 days. So you can, it's not like 12 days, so you can also go with 16 days trial session for the first time when you install Informatica. So if you are not able to buy it, then that's fine. You can also work with your host machine, and I will help you to uninstall all the things when it will start troubling you, and we can work with the next part. Like it is for your like what happens, it consumes a lot of time to uninstall and again install all the things and manage the things. That's why I was saying. But if you are not able to do that, then it's fine. That's not compulsory, but it will act as an advantage for us. Which one? Yeah, Google Drive, and like Google Drive is a default drive of Google. Like we can use that in virtual machine also. That doesn't make like, no. If you will install it in your Google Drive, you have to configure in your system also, na. So how will you manage that? Okay, Cam, I had to ask you one more thing. Is your Oracle working properly? Yes. Can you show your screen? Okay, okay, this is your job's laptop, right, right. Okay, fine. No, no, it is an inbuilt user of Oracle. You don't need to configure it by your own. Like, see, I have a SQL here also. Let me show you. Wait a second. You were not able to see the HR database, right? Okay. Yeah, try to do that. So here, aren't you getting this after? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, basically, see, if you are saying that you are going to w create a virtual machine in your office laptop, and then you are going to see the internet connection which you are going to use will be same, so the browser will act same in your virtual machine. So, Mukesh, I don't think if it's not working in the host machine, that will not also work in your virtual machine. Because see, I'll give you an example. What our like what my boss does is, what he does, he provides us a restriction that we can't open some of the websites, right? And when I create my virtual machine, and when I go try to go with those very websites here also, then still I may not be able to get connected with those very websites, because I'm using the same internet for the host machine and the, yeah, for the virtual machine. So that will not allow us. Have you got it, Cam? Have you got 38 rows selected? Okay, that is 7 rows. That doesn't matter. Like, aren't you getting HR? So, should I share Oracle 11G Express Edition with both of you so that you can use the same one? Because every time, yeah, which one are you using, Mukesh? Okay, 11th one. Okay, that is the 11G Express Edition. That's why you're getting that. Maybe in 12th one it's not available. You were redirecting to 12th one, right? what he's saying that what you have to do, you are getting two zip files, right? Then what you have to do, you have to unzip both of them and you have to put the one of the file in the other folder. Like you have to keep both the dependent files together and then you will be able to work with it. See, Cam, no need to do all of these stuff because we have all so many things to do right now and further. So I will refer you to download Oracle 11G Express Edition. I'll share it with you. Okay, I'll drop a mail today and please install that so that you will be able to work with this. Yeah, yeah, you have to. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you extracted both of them in the same folder. Yeah, right. And after it is extracted, then you have to put both of the files together, right, in a single folder. After this is extracted, I'm talking about after the extraction part. Listen, listen. Let me show you one thing. See here. Um, Wait a second. Can you see this? Have you got that? First, aren't you both getting this option for starting a conversation? Okay. Let me check for that. Yeah. But I don't think so that we have to do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, why we are not able to? Yeah, yeah. That's what I told you previously also. You are outside the organization. That's why it's not letting you in into this. Okay. Let me make you an attendee so that I think then only you will be able to chat. This will affect who can share the content as well as who can mute people. Okay, change. Now are you able to do that? Uh, Check cam. I have just uh, um, Mukesh. I'm making you the presenter, so I think then only you will be able to. Okay, it is showing me the message that it's outside your organization. Are you able to see the chat box now? No. That's why it's yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Still, it have shown you an error. Yes, it's important. No, if I will share the file from where you can install it, like I'll share you the the downloaded file of Oracle 11G Express Edition, so you don't need to go through the steps. But still, okay, fine. Okay, should we end the session now? Yeah, yeah, one more important thing. Please try to download it by tomorrow because it will soon collect a lot of stuff for both of you to do. I think Mukesh has already done that, right, Mukesh? Or you are. No, I'm talking about inf. Okay, fine. You told me about that you are not able to install Informatica, right? Yeah, you don't have another option, right? Space is required. See, Informatica consumes a lot of space and even SQL and Oracle. Yeah. And uh, after, like, the moment the meeting ends, I will share you the file, okay? Of Oracle. Okay. Bye. Welcome. Oh my.